We're going to do a brief little channel update. I know I haven't done any live streams in a while, and it's just to do with my new job and the hours that I work and having to get up really early in the morning to travel to work. And when I get back, I'm actually really, really tired, so that's why I'm doing less videos per day at the moment. But this weekend, over in the UK, it's bank holiday, so I'm going to have 3 days in which to really, do as many videos as possible. Sunday I will be doing a live stream, so fear not, live stream viewers. There will be a live stream, and I'm expecting a lot of questions from a lot of people. We've got a lot of new subscribers, and they may obviously be interested in the first live stream. And to be honest, we have some really good discussions, and I give my personal opinion on how I think things are going, in a certain team, certain sport, all these kind of things that on normal videos I'm a little bit less biased on. My true fandom comes out and my true views come out more in live streams. So live streams are really interesting because it gives you an idea what's going on up here and what I really think. You will notice I've started doing videos on all the teams that I support. I've all got a video now. It took till today for me to do a video on my favourite football team. It took till today. I've tried to keep as many videos, as few videos as possible on the teams I support, because I don't want to become too biased, if you know what I mean. I want to be as neutral as possible and discuss multiple sports on this channel and discuss them, from a neutral standpoint. And considering some of the teams that I discuss, I actually have watched in real life, and actually been to their grounds and watched their games. So I have and I have friends who support these teams as well, so it makes it a little bit easier. But the teams that I support, I try and cover them fairly, but it's difficult having that bias, knowing that I'm going to have that bias, and I try and be as neutral as possible. But live streams about I've done a lot of podcasts lately. I have started to do some of the video ideas that have been suggested or I've been thinking about. So my cricketing, my favourite cricketers, they will go into my favourite cricket 11 playlist. But I've done a brief look at a career of X amount of cricketers. Obviously, AB de Villiers has just retired, so he's now officially in my list of favourite cricketers, because I was going to do ex players. Can't be current players. Important. So there's going to be no Jimmy Anderson on my favourite cricketers list, even though he is, but he's still playing. So my favourite past retired cricketers is basically the list. My fantasy 11, if they were all still playing today, they would get it. So that's starting to take a pace. You'll notice there's a lot of fast bowlers in there. A lot of pace, a lot of swing, a lot of seam, a lot of bounce. I like watching fast bowlers bowl. As a bowler myself, when I was playing cricket at school, it's kind of something that I have a passion for, is watching someone run in and bowl a 95-mile-an-hour bouncer that will take off your head. I also like swing bowlers who bowl 75 to 85 mile an hour that test the batsman with their reverse swing or outswings. That's what I like. I'm a big fan of pace bowling. But I also like a dab with batsman you can smash it for 6 or do a very unorthodox reverse sweep. I'm a big fan of those type of players as well. Hence why AB de Villiers makes the list. He's just retired, so he now can make the list. There's still half a team to select on that. The football club histories, it's going to be more than just football club histories. It's going to be team histories of all the sports that I've been covering. I'm going to do team histories on a lot of them. So there's going to be a lot of team histories coming up on the various sports, and that was sort of an idea from a viewer of one of my videos, actually. I'm not sure if he's a subscriber or not, but he is a Livingston Football Club fan, and obviously they promote back to the Scottish Premiership, and he sort of came up with the idea of doing club histories. And so I've decided to not just do it on football, and not just on Scottish football, but every sport, really. And that's going to be some things when there's like off seasons or not a lot of sport going on. So as soon as the Champions League final is done, there's going to be a couple of weeks until the World Cup starts. So there's going to be a couple of weeks in which come up with the clubs I'm going to do first, and then we'll start expanding. And then I won't be able to do every single club, but I'm going to look at some of the clubs that are exceptionally famous, and some obscure ones as well that have a rich history and a tradition and a crazy fan base. So there are some teams that I will do club histories on that don't get the press coverage that they possibly deserve with the history they have. So that's something to look forward to. Watch that space. Obviously, I don't know how long my contract's going to last. It could last another week and a half. It could be ongoing longer than that. So we will see what happens on that front. There's a hell of a lot, I don't know, could happen in the next couple of months, but I'm going to be busy. But I will try and make as much time as possible and keep producing the content for you guys, because you guys make it worth it. The channel is growing really well, and Twitter has helped. I've gained actually a fair few subscribers of Twitter, I've noticed. I've gained a good 7 or 8 subscribers of Twitter in the last month or so as well, because I link both accounts. So my Twitter account's linked to my YouTube, and so every time I like a video or share a video, it ends up straight away on Twitter. So every time I make a video, it's on Twitter. Every time I add to a playlist, it goes on Twitter. So that's helping with the channel as well, massively, massively. But no, I want to say thank you to every new subscriber, every existing subscriber, every person who's commented and viewed. Some of the comments have been less than cordial. Some of my responses have been possibly a bit sarcastically less than cordial as well when I deal with trolls. And a lot of the time I let slip of A, they're a bandwagon fan, something I really detest, or B, the team I support. So when that team has a battering at the hands of another, I will do a video and go, your team is really bad. So don't give me ammunition, because I will make sure that I rip your team a new one. Not that I like doing that, but it's kind of fun when people wind me up. I just make sure that, you know, I really dissect their team into total pieces. But it's been enjoyable to do what I do. It's a nice little hobby. Thankfully, I've noticed something though. The more trolls I get, the more popular the channel is becoming, and we are now really racking up the view count. We've had a good month, 2 months or so, with some really good views, some good responses, some really interesting comments, and it's growing apace. Obviously, the MHL Stanley Cup, Vegas Golden Knights, they'll be facing, we don't know, if Washington gets through to the Stanley Cup final, this will be the first time in a long time that 2 teams that have never won the Stanley Cup will be playing each other for the Stanley Cup. So we could have a new name on the trophy this year, which will be great for the sport, great for the league, and that's something I'm looking forward to. But Washington does not have a great history in Game 7s, and they're playing a team that has won the Stanley Cup before, that does have tradition in it a little bit more than them, a bit more successful. So we shall see what happens between Tampa and Washington tonight, and then tomorrow, when I get home from work, I will do a video on Vegas versus Tampa and a preview for the Stanley Cup final, or Vegas versus Washington, and do a preview on that, depending who wins. But all told, thank you very much for everyone who's watched and subscribed, commented, liked, shared, and I'm going to leave that there. Little channel update. It's gone a little bit longer than I thought I wanted to, but it is what it is. So thank you very much, everyone who's got involved, and I will have some more videos for you soon. Please like and subscribe. They are your friends. Place your thoughts below. If you have any video ideas or any topics you would like me to discuss, place them in the comments below, and I'll make a note of it, and I'll do my best at some point when I do get round to it to enact upon those ideas. It will take time. This is just me by myself. I do not have anyone helping me with this channel. It is literally just me, so I will get to it when I can. Some video ideas are a little bit more difficult than others, and I sort of use that as a basis for an idea. I'm not saying your idea is completely not valid, but I use that as a basis, and I sort of work it around something that I can find workable with, and that I feel comfortable working with and researching, so I can sort of evolve the idea, but the idea is still technically yours, but I add my twist to it. Anyway, thanks for everything, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.